Hello, my name's Cole. What's yours? Come on, tell me your name. Nice. It's nice to meet you. Oh, so, why am I making this video? Well, I just wanted to meet you guys. So, let's have a chat, shall we? Let's go. So, I'm on my evening stroll. I do this pretty often here on my property. I live on a nice little 3 acres. It is very private and hidden from all my neighbors by the forest walls. So I'll show you around a little bit. Behind me is my driveway, and that's up ahead towards the house, which is right there behind these magnolia trees. And way back there, past that red chair, is my chicken establishment. I'm raising chickens for laying eggs. And over yonder by the forest perimeter over there is my little garden. I have sweet potatoes, red bell pepper, and little watermelons growing. Anyway, thought that might be interesting to know where I'm walking. It's the little homestead that I've made with my wife. We've lived here about 4.5 years almost. And the summer heat here in Georgia has really dwindled as of late, especially this week. It's gotten a lot cooler compared to, especially July was torturous, very hot and humid. But anyway, it's feeling a lot more comfortable now. Great for evening strolls or maybe early morning strolls. The middle of the day is still pretty hot though. But man, I'm so thankful it's cooling off a little bit. And I'll show you something else. Check this out. So this is the end of my driveway, or I guess you could say it's the beginning. That's the street where I live. And across the street is a big open pasture past that little tree line. And it's quite large, and there are currently cattle out there. I don't know if we can see them through the trees, but there are quite a number of cattle out there just grazing. I'm not going to go up to the fence because I don't want to disturb them, but I think you can see that one probably at least. Anyway, so why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Where do you live? You can leave it in the comments, perhaps. That would be fun to know. So everybody, if you feel comfortable, you can tell me what state you live in. And you don't have to get any more specific than that. I live in Georgia, Northwest Georgia. And I've lived here most of my life, really. I was born here. Moved to a couple different states for brief periods when I was a kid, but I've lived here most of my life and managed to avoid picking up a real southern accent, I'd say. I do have tendencies where I'll sound a bit southern, but not all the time. Mostly not. So check out the sky. It's like almost 8 o'clock here at night. This is also my land, part of my land where I dwell on the daily. Big pine trees, beautiful skies. Up there is my blue house. It's a ranch. And here on the property, I don't cut the grass completely all the time, except a couple times a year. And for the most part, I just let it grow out. And then I'll cut paths on the perimeter with my lawnmower so that I can walk it. But on the inside of these grassy patches, I just let it grow. Makes life a lot easier. And, you know, it still gets cut a couple times a year to keep it maintained, but really all I need is these paths cut. So that's how I do. Yeah. So yeah, I'm walking with my shirt off because it's way more comfortable. No one can see me except you guys. And that's how I like it. The more comfortable I can be when I'm walking, the better. So I have a more pleasant experience. And I really recommend, if you're a dude, try to go on a lot of walks shirtless. And if you're a lady, you know, just wear a sports bra, because feeling the fresh air breeze against your skin, especially when it is hot, is just so much more enjoyable than having a shirt clinging to you. So that's all I gotta say. That's my 2 cents. Little walking advice, I guess you'd say. But I'm thinking about going full-time on YouTube, really. What do you guys think? Is that something that interests you? Making videos about your life, about things that interest you, about your passions. Is that something you already do? Let me know in the comments. I'll show you another something. That's a deer stand that the previous owners had built, but we just call it the tree house because it kind of looks like a tree house. I guess it could be. Over there, that's my barn. That's Buffalo Billy over there. And that yellow figure is Scarecrow Jack, I guess you'd say. They both serve the purpose of warding off hawks that try to attack my chickens, because this is where my chickens stay. Right here is a fence that goes around and protects the chickens and contains them. And back there is their coop. There's my hammock. My chickens are still awake, but not for long. They go to bed when the sun goes down. They naturally just migrate back to their coop. They go in themselves, and the automatic door shuts and protects them and keeps them safe locked up at night. And then in the morning, the automatic door opens and lets them come out and meet the daylight. So they're out here in this open part from dusk to dawn. Pasture-raised chickens. I currently just have 10 chickens. I used to have more, but we lost some to raccoons and whatnot. Raccoons. Had some baby chicks that we bought from Tractor Supply, and we tried to introduce them to some broody mother hens. And the hens that were broody accepted them and took them in as their own. But the other gals, the other hens, rejected them, and unfortunately they pecked them to death. So we had 4 baby chicks that we bought, tried to introduce them, and they were alive for a few weeks, but they succumbed to the wrath of the other jealous mother hens who had no offspring, I guess you could say. I mean, they weren't really mothers, they were just hens, and they did not accept them. They saw them as, I guess, prey, pecked them to death. So that was sad. And then raccoons got the two broody mother hens who were trying to raise the chicks. They won't leave their chicks when they're broody. So basically they were sitting ducks, pun intended, for the raccoon that got in the coop. He killed them both, and then I killed him. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. If nature's gonna come in and attack my chickens, then I'm gonna have to slap back. But yeah, so this has been interesting. I've enjoyed talking to you, and although I can't really hear what you're saying to me, I can potentially know how you feel by any comments that you leave, and perhaps even any likes that you give, or any subscriptions that you may or may not decide to commit to. But I digress. This isn't about what you can do for me, but rather what I can do for you. So let me know in the comments. That would be great. Anyway, nice meeting you guys. And I hope you have a very pleasant rest of your day. May you be peaceful. May you be happy. And may you be free from suffering. I pray this for you, and I confess it for you. And I can't wait to see you guys again. So, I'll see you later. Peace.